very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com. Folks, you've heard us talk about Home Gain before. Home Gain is now offering a special promo where you get up to $150 when you buy or sell a home with a Home Gain agent you find through their Find a Realtor program. Home Gain lets you compare realtors anonymously. It's easy. Go to homegain150.com to find and compare realtors anonymously. Enter promo code HOMEGAIN150 and receive up to $150 when you close a deal with a Home Gain agent. Share the Home Gain 150 promo code with your friends via Facebook, Twitter, text, and more. Look for Max, the Home Gain Gorilla, to find out more about how Home Gain is going to pay you. Visit homegain150.com today to enter your promo code and get paid for buying or selling a house. That's HOMEGAIN150.com. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Coming up in 2011, Congressman Darrell Issa says that Obama administration has been one of the most corrupt in recent history and that he's going to go after him with oversight. Oh, kind of like George W. Bush protected Bill Clinton when he got into office in 2001, and how Nancy Pelosi and Obama had protected Bush and all the crimes that were committed under him. I'm talking about no-bid contracts. You know, you can say, oh, I like illegal wars, I like lying about WMDs, I like torture. But what about the no-bid contracts and things like that? What about all the war profiteering? What about all the things that are confirmed? But the new Congress says it's setting its eyes on oversight and plans to repeal or challenge last year's health care overhaul. Well, you got a whole bunch of states lining up against it. You've already got federal judges ruling against it. But it doesn't matter. The bureaucracy's still implementing it. In fact, I've got reports here, and this isn't just my opinion. I've seen these reports over the years, over and over and over again. I've watched Tony Blair 4 or 5 years ago on C-SPAN in the House of Commons over and over again. When I've watched it, one of the main questions that get thrown at prime ministers during prime minister's questions, and I saw the same thing with Gordon Brown and now the new guy, conservatives will get up and bring up, well, this lady had a brain tumor and you made them wait a year and a half and they died, even though the tumor was almost 100% operable if they were given a surgery in 2 months, but the waiting list. And I see the reports out of Europe every day, like this Mail Online story. Swede told he had cancer and forced to have his sexual organ amputated following a year of misdiagnosis. And it turns out they knew he had cancer. It happens over and over again under socialized systems. They just say, go home, go home, go home. And then you don't get the surgery. I mean, have you ever been to a Social Security office? You ever been to a government office? How horrible they are? Is this what you want with your health care? Look at this story out of the Sacramento Bee. Sacramento girl needed amputations after a 5-hour wait at emergency room. She had flesh-eating bacteria. Big healthcare changes arrive in the new year, the Wall Street Journal reports. And who wrote the healthcare bill? Not some communist under a toadstool, not some bleeding heart who thinks they're going to get a free ride in life. No. The insurance companies on record wrote it. All right, let's go back to your calls. It's just sick. So we'll see what these Republicans do. Congress has the lowest approval rating in its history. And the good news is I'm already hearing Republican constituents getting angry that they made so many deals with Obama and the lame duck. And so within months of the Republicans getting in, if they don't deliver on everything they promised, you're going to see the same thing at the town halls with them being routed. And no amount of staged terror is going to get the public to go worship government anymore. Humpty Dumpty done fell off the wall, folks. People are waking up. Laura in Alabama, you're on the air worldwide. Thanks for holding.
Alex, I love you. You rock my world. You really do.
Oh, no, please, please. I mean, like Limbaugh says, just say dittos. I appreciate you. What's on your mind?
Well, I know you want to talk about the major things for 2010, but I just want to tell you, first of all, I recently had the opportunity to participate in a Boy Scout troop fundraiser where I could send popcorn to the troops overseas and include a personal note, which I told them, hey, check out Infowars.com and Prison Planet TV. And I also do this, and I know you're probably going to say, no, don't do that, but you can't stop me. And I use a big fat Sharpie, and I write Infowars.com and Prison Planet TV on my Federal Reserve notes.
Well, I mean, it is a fraudulent debt instrument, not what this country had before 1913, and a lot of people are writing on their money, and the message is spreading, and it's really worrying the system. But at the same time, I mean, I think taking the instrument of our enslavement and turning it into an instrument of liberty is very effective. And I haven't seen anybody prosecuted for that, but they do have some cockamamie laws on the books. So I would tell folks publicly, you might not want to do that. But certainly I won't get too angry at you for that, Laura. Now, Laura, what do you think some of the most important things that happened in 2010 were?
Well, probably the thing that most of the fluoride heads know about is the TSA, but personally, I think the biggest issue is the GMO stuff that's going to kill everybody. And you know what? I don't understand why they don't just go ahead and kill everybody, and there'll be that much less people that they got to, put into the system, and give them blood.
Well, ma'am, if they started flying around in helicopters tomorrow, which actually was leaked in 1999, that the military does have helicopters with nerve gas in them. The Texas Sunshine Project got those documents. The Marine Corps requested that they unpublish them, but it's still online at the Google archive. But they have helicopters with nerve gas, and they also have helicopters with just regular opiate knockout gas, but they estimate it would still kill a lot of people by fires and automobile accidents. So they're ready to fly over every city and knock everybody out or kill them. As crazy as that sounds, that's public information now. But it would be too obvious. They want a soft kill. The average military people are good men and women. They wouldn't know what they were part of. The average bureaucrats would finally wake up. They've got to slowly do this by stealth, because most of their people are compartmentalized and aren't aware of what's happening, Laura. Okay, now they are moving in the next 5 years to have most of the Air Force being drone or computer operated. And as they move to a more Skynet, Terminator-style system, it will allow the globalist to engage in these type of operations a little bit easier. If they do go with the megadeth, mass culling, the world without people scenario, which the UN and others do talk about, they'll release a super deadly version probably of the mouse pox that kills over 99%. It's almost 100%. It's like 99.8% in the studies that are public of mammals. They have to tailor it for the species. But a weaponized mouse pox or a airborne weaponized Ebola that'll kill over 90%, that's what they've been looking at doing. And then they'll say, oh, we don't know where it came from, or Al-Qaeda did it. And they have been putting this big police state and grid in place ahead of something like that. And so if that does unfold, remember, it's the eugenicist. Laura, great to hear from you. Keep it up. Bob in Arizona, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. God bless you. I just want to thank you for letting me be on your show. Alex, I've been wanting to ask you this question for quite some time because I know that you'll probably be able to have the answer for me. I've been awake personally for years, and on my mother's side of the family, I'm like you, Alex. My heritage goes back to the Mayflower. On my mother's side, I'm a pilgrim, and but the downside of that is I've also found out that my uncle is a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. Now, he told me that he, got to the point where it was taking his oath or whatever, and he didn't go any further with it. I don't know. All I know is that when I told him that Queen Elizabeth, that we never really did get our independence, that Queen Elizabeth, Liz Windsor, a.k.a., Saxe-Coburg Gotha, they are running the show. And ever since I told him that, he hasn't talked to me. He normally, gives me a call and says happy birthday. He sends me a Christmas card. Ever since I mentioned that to him, the first of the year, I've not heard anything from him.
Well, let me come back and try to answer your question. I appreciate your call, but the average Mason is not a bad person. But at the 33rd degree level, they are initiated that it is a Luciferian rite and that Lucifer is the god they're worshiping. And that's in the books written by the top Masons, Albert Pike and others. So lower-level Masons that don't know that, you should really find out the religion you're part of.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As they're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
I have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs Generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs Generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs Generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com.